Welcome. I'm Suzette McHugh, and I'm the Industry Partnership Coordinator at North Monco Technical Career Center. Today we're actually inside the Career Center, and we're in the Protective Services classroom, and we're going to join Mr. Jim Almo, the instructor, and two students are here with us. We have Leanna Samperi and Tony Keogh. Thank you both for being here, and Mr. Almo, thank you for letting us come into your classroom today.
Not a problem.
So I see we're in the physical training classroom. Can you tell us some about the Protective Services program? What exactly takes place in your program?
Well, the Protective Services program covers law enforcement, firefighting, and medical work, as well as security, and we now do a little bit of Spanish for law enforcement.
Oh, I bet that's very helpful then.
Not to me, because I don't know a word.
I'm sure you're learning it though. So I see you have this body in the background here. Do you use that in your training?
Yeah, that's part of our search and rescue drills. He actually weighs about 165 pounds. So we set up a little maze, and the kids have to go out and find the body, and they're blindfolded. And once they find him, then they have to drag it out, and it's a lot of work.
So they get a lot of hands-on training.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then the other body on the stretcher, that's part of the EMT portion, I guess?
Oh, I'm sorry, that's who I was talking about. Bob in the back, his name is Bob, and he's used just for different strikes and kicks and things like that.
So part of their physical training that they have to
Yes.
do in this room.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Leanna, how long have you been in this program?
I've been in this program for about 2 years. This is my second year.
This is your second year, and what grade are you?
I'm in 10th grade.
Okay, and how about you, Tony?
Fourth year, and this is my last year. I'm in 12th grade.
You're in 12th grade, okay. So what made you get interested in this program?
Just how fun it looked, and it seemed exciting.
And how about you, Leanna?
It seemed like a fun opportunity to get far in your goal and in your career.
Well, what is your career goal then?
My career goal is to study criminal justice as a major and maybe take a step further and become a cop, and then maybe even become part of Bomb Squad.
Bomb Squad, that's interesting. Are you ready for that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Tony, you said this is a lot of fun when you saw it. Did you see it on a tour or?
When we were just trying out classes, that's when it seemed fun. The teachers seemed fun, they were funny.
Well, that we know, but you've been here 4 years. Do you still feel that same way, that it's a lot of fun?
Yeah.
Well, do you know what you want to do then?
I'm going to the Army after high school. Then I'm going to go to college and study criminal justice, and after college I'm going to become a police officer.
So you're all set. You know exactly what you're doing, and you're almost there. Good for you. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
We hear about guest speakers that you have, and I know Leanna mentioned Bomb Squad, that she's interested. I know you had a guest speaker here that was Bomb Squad. Can you tell us about some of the guest speakers you have? I know you have a lot of connections with industry.
Yeah, we try to bring in guest speakers to for a number of different reasons. They can actually give the kids a more detailed look into some of the different professions and some of the different specialties within the professions. We have had the Bomb Squad here. They were here earlier this year from Montgomery County Sheriff's Department. We normally bring a K-9 out. We've had firefighters here. Next week, actually, I have a Montgomery County detective coming out. We have somebody from Merck coming out from their hazmat team. So we've had helicopters land out back with medics and flight nurses. So, and the military also has been here with different vehicles. So we try to give the kids an opportunity to see in real time and in real world what the job is actually like that they think they may want to do.
That's a great opportunity. Absolutely wonderful. Now, Tony, you've been here 4 years, and you've got to see a lot of guest speakers. Did any have a major impact on you?
Sergeant Creek from the Army, he recruited me.
Oh, he did? Okay. What did he do that you thought was fabulous?
He just gave me a bunch of information that helped me know that I wanted to become in the Army.
That's great. Did you think of that when you came in here in 9th grade?
No.
That wasn't even a thought?
No.
But all this exposure to all these programs was a really great opportunity. Now, Jim, we're in a newly renovated classroom. The school was recently redone. Can you tell us a little bit about the differences and what you have now to offer that you didn't have before in your cramped classroom before?
Well, that's actually a good good term. We were kind of crowded. We have about 100 students in the program, and before we had basically 2 rooms, and our physical workout area was about half the size of this one. So we have a lot more room. We now have 3 regular classrooms within this suite that gives us an opportunity to just deliver our program a little bit better. I actually have windows in my room so I can see outside. It's really kind of interesting.
It's a great change. And I guess everything you're saying about the physical training that you do, you definitely needed this larger physical training area for your program. Tony, you were in the old classroom. What do you like better about the new one? What improvements do you think it helped with your class?
The locker room, because it used to be a while before everybody got finished changing. It took a while. But now there's locker rooms so it could be more than one person.
Right, before I think you used to have to go into the bathrooms and all that, so now it's a great opportunity. So now you mentioned the locker room. You have uniforms on. Leanna, can you tell me about what the uniforms are that you have to wear in this class?
For the uniforms, you have to get either, well, you could just order the uniform from Navy store, or you can just buy your own black or navy blue pants to wear, and you just have to order a shirt. And you basically have to get your haircut and stuff. Like if your hair is too long, you have to get your hair cut, and yeah.
So
Stuff
Jim,
like
it
that.
sounds like what Leanna's describing is you're making this program actually like industry would have you, like the companies that would hire these students.
Right. We're actually trying to mimic the police academy a little bit with the short hair, especially for the guys. Obviously, Leanna has long hair, but any kind of physical things that we do, we make her tie her hair back. And that's mostly because that's a safety issue. It really is. You know, if we're doing self-defense, long hair is another tool that the bad guy can use to overcome you. So we try to get them into that habit as best as we can. So if they do go on to the police academy, they kind of know what to expect.
And I guess it's not something you think about or you thought about before you even came to this program of the bad guy pulling your hair.
No, not at all.
Yeah, see, I think that's really good. Do you make them buy any other items besides their uniforms? Are there any other requirements like that for this program?
No, other than a notebook for every year, that's really it. Fridays is kind of a dress down day. That's normally our physical training day. So depending on what the weather is, if it's cool, you know, sweatpants and a sweatshirt. If it's summertime, you know, shorts and a t-shirt and sneakers and whatever, because we normally go out and run a mile on Fridays and then do some other type of activity.
Okay, well, so now we know Fridays are physical activity day. Leanna, can you tell me about a typical day in your classroom, not the physical activity days?
What I do is I basically come in the room. I would grab my journal and put it on my desk, and then I would go change into my uniform, and then I would come back out and go in my room. I would write in my journal about, how my day was like, any experience I've had with school, like bad or good, like if I did good on a test or something, just write it in the journal. And then we do book work, we learn about hands-on stuff like what Mr. Almo mentioned, physical activity and self-defense and all of that. And some days, on Mondays and Wednesdays, we do firefighting, and there's different groups that do that. So whatever group that goes in that room over there and does firefighting.
Okay, so now you have that opportunity, since you have the renovated classroom and expanded area to work in. And Jim, Leanna mentioned writing in journals. A lot of people think when you come to the tech school, it's all hands-on and that's it. And they don't realize that academics are integrated into all the programs here. So can you tell us a little bit about why you have them write in journals and what benefit that is?
First of all, there's actually a lot of academics within this class. The journal writing we use for a couple different reasons. Number one is we want to get them used to printing, which is what we need to do in the police department. Otherwise, you can't read your chicken scratch 6 months down the road when you go to court. So we want to get them in the habit of that, but it also gives the kids an outlet. If they have something on their mind that they want to say, they usually write it down in the journal, and we see it and we can follow up on whatever's bothering them. But there is a lot of academics in here. We have a lot of bookwork. When you consider the fact that you have to, we're teaching them the laws. We're teaching them about firefighter safety, law enforcement safety, just a ton of different things. It's not all hands-on. A simple thing like math, just writing a traffic ticket. If you can't add, you can't do that ticket.
Right.
Okay, so we have to integrate things like that in there all the time. Even, again, with English, you need to know how to write a report. We do report writing. That gives the kids an opportunity. It's kind of like a mini English class. I'm not an English teacher, probably never will be, for a lot of different reasons. But at least it gives them an opportunity to express themselves and put things in a logical order. So, yes, there are academics. That was a long answer for that.
No, but you make it's very relevant to the program, and so I don't think the writing and all that they're doing, they even realize that it's English as much as it's part of the job requirement. So I think that's really important.
Right, we sneak it in.
Well, I know you used to do this, and I'm not sure if you still do, the speeches, the impromptu sort of speeches or 2-minute speeches that you would have them do, which I thought was very fascinating. Can you tell us a little about that?
Yeah, we make them do public speaking, usually 2 or 3 times a year. And it starts out with a simple introduction in September, like, hi, I'm Jim, and this is what I did over the summer. And then we usually do it after holidays. What did you do at Christmas time? What did you do for spring break? And things like that. And the reason that we do that is because a lot of times to become a police officer or a firefighter or a medic or anything else like that, you normally have to interview in front of a board. Could be 3 people, could be 12 people. And the more comfortable you are speaking in front of these total strangers, the better off, the better chance you have at possibly landing that job. So again, we're having fun with it, but they're actually learning a lesson.
Exactly, that's what's important. Now, Tony, you've had 4 years of this. Do you feel that the public speaking has helped you?
Yeah, I can speak in front of people easier now. I could probably present my senior project easily without being nervous or anything.
Oh, that's great. Well, since you said senior project, what is your senior project?
My senior project is about the history of cops and what they are now and what they went through to become who they are now, like the weapons that they use, all that.
Do you feel like you've learned a lot about it?
Yes.
Is there anything that surprised you that you didn't expect that you would learn when you
Some
did this?
things, yeah.
Anything you want to share with us, or should we wait for your senior project?
Well, I didn't know that the first police department was in Boston, and that kind of shocked me because I thought it would have been in Philadelphia.
Okay. See, well, we're going to be looking forward to seeing your senior project so we can learn more. Now, there's another misconception that if you come to the technical school, you can't participate in clubs or sports or other activities at your sending school. And we know that to be false. Tony, can you tell me why that's false?
Because I played football at North Penn High School, it isn't really that hard to manage because after you leave tech school, you can just go to football. And it's after school, so it wouldn't interrupt with Technical Career Center.
Right, so it's just taking another class and you're still a part of North Penn or whatever sending school you're from, and you're still able to do the activities there.
Yes.
That's great, and you had no problems with that?
No.
Okay, good. Now, Leanna, would you recommend this program to any of your friends?
Absolutely. It's a wonderful experience to overcome. It helps you get really far in your goal. And
Well,
yeah.
What's your favorite part about this class?
My favorite part about this class is where we learn new stuff every day. We learn new self-defense, and we learn different stuff, and yeah.
So it's not like the same thing every day, come sit in the class and do X,
We do
Y,
different
Z.
stuff every day. Actually, what our instructors will do, Mr. Almo and Mr. Murcon, they'll, when we do self-defense or book work, they'll repeat stuff, but they do it so that when we're out there in the real world, when we're a cop or something, that we have what we have in an automatic response to something. Like if they teach us something in self-defense and we're out there in the real world and a situation comes along, where we can react right away.
So you'll be well prepared.
Yeah.
So since she mentioned that being out in the real world, are there any graduates, I'm sure you keep in touch with some of your graduates, are there any that stand out in your mind that have really gone on to great success in this field?
Yeah, actually there's a few. I have one young man that when he left here, he went to the police academy, got hired by Temple University as a police officer. He's now a Philadelphia police officer. I was actually hoping to have him here today, but he had to go to court, part of the job. I have a graduate that went into the Marine Corps, was on Special Forces with the Marines. Now he's a state trooper in Maryland. I have a little girl who's actually 4'11". She went to the police academy. She got hired actually by my department. I was actually working with her. And she's moved on now to another department, but she's local. So we have a bunch that are EMTs. We have some that are paid firefighters down in the Baltimore area. So we do have quite a few actually, and all they've ever said to me was that the training that they got here really helped them when they got to the police academy, and most of them finished at the top of their class.
It sounds like the training definitely helped because Leanna's already seeing that, and she's only in her second year here. So I imagine the training they've received has helped all those graduates become very successful, and we're glad to hear that. Mm-hmm. Tony, can you share with us your favorite part of this program?
The positive work environment just made it easier to learn. Like every day, everybody was just happy and positive. Teachers make me laugh, and that just made class easier.
Well, you're coming to do something you really enjoy, so I think that definitely has a play on it. That's great. Would you recommend this program to your friends or the school to your friends?
Yes.
And why would you do that?
Just so they could experience something new, something fun, something that they could try out later down the road if what they're doing doesn't work out.
That's great. That's definitely great. Now, Jim, how about what kind of skills would a person that's interested in this program, a student that's thinking maybe I want to be in protective services, what skills do you think they would need to possess?
Well, they need the ability to stay focused, okay? Because again, there is a lot of academics. It's not all hands-on in here, like some of the other labs. We're looking for good kids, okay? There is exercise involved. There's quite a bit of exercise involved. You don't have to lift much unless you have to move this guy back here, but usually that's in a team kind of effort, you know. Just the ability to focus, and the most important thing, I guess, is the willingness to actually want to learn something in this field. We can pretty much work with anybody that, as long as they have a willingness to do that.
And I think everything you're saying points to the fact that you're also simulating real life experiences when you're here, so that these students are having the opportunity to experience what it would be like if they chose this field. And obviously, Tony, being here 4 years, you've enjoyed it so much that you want to stay in this, and Leanna, you're definitely saying the same thing. So I think the opportunities you're providing to the students is also very beneficial to them.
Well, we try to make it, I try to make it as realistic for them as I can. Because in my mind, there's nothing worse than coming here for 4 years, maybe going to community college or wherever for another 2 or 3 years, then going to the police academy, and after 7 or 8 years, you finally get that job, and you get in a police car, and you don't like the job. You've just wasted a lot of time. So I try to make it as realistic. I tell them war stories all the time. I work every weekend. Every Monday I come in here, I let them know how my weekend went and what I did. I think I owe it to them because this is their career that they think they want to do. So I feel that I owe them the truth, and that's what I try to do with them.
Right, as a police officer, you do have that firsthand knowledge to give these students, and that's definitely helping them. Well, I want to thank you all for being here today. Thank you for letting us barge into your classroom and learn more about the program. Tony, we wish you all the best when you graduate. Definitely come back and share your stories with us. And Leanna, we hope to see you back again next year too. Thank you. If you're interested in more information about the Protective Services Program or any of the programs offered at North Monco Technical Career Center, just give us a call at 368-1177 or visit our website www.nmtcc.org. For North Monco Technical Career Center, I'm Suzette McHugh. Thank you for watching.